Welcome back to A to Z here on Locked On Sports Atlanta, free on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Search Locked On Sports Atlanta. Check out all the shows right here on our great lineup. This is A to Z. I've hit hard with John Chuckery, ATL Day Ones, Jarvis Davis, and Tanitra Batiste. Of course, our Braves postcast after every Braves game as well. Locked On Falcons, Locked On Hawks. You know where to go for the best content right here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. 3,000 subscribers already. Thank you guys for the love and support. We appreciate it. It just means we're doing good work and you guys are enjoying what we're doing. So thank you very, very much. We'll get into Shovels of Wisdom and some interesting rule pivots for Major League Baseball coming up here before the end of the show. As well, some NFL games and college games for you to bet on this weekend. All right, let's get to some more on the Falcons here as they get set to take on the Saints, 1 o'clock Sunday, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Josh Kendall, who is the Falcons beat reporter for The Athletic, put up his column of the most important players for a successful 2022 season. And I'll run down them real quick. And I don't categorically disagree with all of them. I do disagree with some of them. But I'll run down them here real quick. Outside linebacker Lorenzo Carter. Look, I agree generally in the sense that you have to find where the pass rush is. And maybe it comes from Zoe. We'll see. It's up in the air. Kyle Pitts. Yeah, I don't disagree, but I don't agree. If Kyle Pitts doesn't have a big year, the whole offense is derelict. The coaching is derelict. It's going to happen. You don't need Kyle Pitts to have a big year. He's going to have a big year. Grady Jarrett, same thing. He's going to be good. Grady Jarrett's not going to be bad. And him being very good on bad teams is what we're used to seeing at this point in time. So I don't count that. Running back Cordero Patterson. Okay, I sort of agree. And I'll dive into that one first when I get to my 5, but it's a little bit wider than just Patterson. And then a quarterback. Well, duh. I mean, every team has to get good quarterback play in order for them to be successful. So, again, not to poo-poo Josh Kendall. I think his work is great. I just, I look at it from a different angle. And my angle is this. And I'll start with basically the running back room and Cordero Patterson and Tyler Algier and Damian Williams and everybody else. Here's the thing. I don't expect Cordero Patterson to be the main running back and RB1 for a better part of this year. I think he needs to go back and transition to a slot guy. I think he needs to go back to being more of a pass catcher than a runner. And furthermore, I don't think he's going to last as a consistent running back. That's a body that's getting injured at 31 years old. Just is. He'll be hurt by week 6 if he's getting 15 carries a game. Might get 5 to 7, sure. If he's getting 12 to 15, he's going to be hurt. It's just going to happen. That's just the way it is. So we'll see what the load share looks like for him. They're definitely going to be running back by committee, and we'll see how they go. But between Patterson, Tyler Algier, Williams, whatever the running back room is, and I just talked about it a moment ago, the success of running the ball on first down. Is that all on the running back? No. Is it some of the running back? Yes. Is it a big part of the running back? Probably. Oh, but the holes aren't there. Barry Sanders never had a hole. And I'm not comparing anybody to Barry Sanders. But the point is that you have to find a way to get 3 yards or 4 yards on first down, 3 to 4. You have to be in that range. You got to be 2nd and 7 or shorter. So you can do another check down pass for 4 yards and keep 3rd and 3 manageable, right? That's where you have to be. But if you're stuck on 2nd and 9 or no gain, this team's going to get buried behind the sticks and it's never going to go anywhere. So yes, I agree from that standpoint. I take a much bigger approach to some of these other pictures, but I'll tie my next biggest player into, or most important player, into the same thing, and that's Drew Dahlman and the center position. Guys, does anybody remember what Alex Mack did for this offensive line in this franchise? For as bad as things were, the center of the offensive line is always the most critical position on the line. Not the most important, because that's left tackle, but it is the most critical position from the standpoint of it's the glue that holds it together. They make all the calls. They make all the adjustments. They have to be hand in hand with the quarterback. They have to understand everything that's going on in front of them. And they are the individual who, oh, by the way, has to force the pass rush outside. Here's the difference, okay? If the center collapses, there's never a pocket, period. You have no pocket without the center being the top point of the pocket. That's it. Forget about the guys coming on the outside because they're taking the long route to get there. You get through up the middle, you're done. Go look at the way that Tom Brady was beaten over the years. Go look at the way that the Giants took 2 Super Bowls from the Patriots. Boom, right up the middle. Gave Brady no time. You get beat up the middle like that, you're done. There is no saving you. So that's why this center position is so critical, not only to the run game, but just to pass protection, everything on the offensive line. All right, 3 more positions here in just a moment. First, a word from our friends at Coffee AM. It is a daily part of my life, guys. Get up in the morning, pop a K-cup of Coffee AM in the Keurig, and get rolling. Why? The coffee is so fresh. It tastes great, smells great. It is the best because Coffee AM is the best small batch coffee roaster in America. They're right here in Georgia. The stuff is fresh because it's roasted and shipped on the same day or very close to it. And they have so many flavors from around the world. You know, I talk about the Kenya one that I love, Sumatra, Costa Rica, Tanzania. I mean, coffee from places you haven't heard of. Go to coffeeam.com/locked on and check out the full menu of coffees, teas, and gift sets. I promise you won't be disappointed. When that box shows up at your house and you open it up, you're going to be smacked in the face with coffee, and it's going to be amazing. Again, coffeeam.com/locked on. Use the coupon code locked on to get 15% off your first order at checkout of coffees, teas, and gift sets. Coffeeam.com, the best small batch coffee roaster in America. All right, 3 more pieces here real quick. And believe it or not, they're all on the defensive side of the ball. Richie Grant. Why is Richie Grant important? And this goes beyond validating, the draft pick that he was, 40th overall in the first year of Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot. And can they find guys deeper in the draft and all that stuff? Like those questions are there. But from a defensive standpoint, there has always been a problem with the back end of the Falcons secondary. The year that they went to the Super Bowl, they got super play from Robert Alford, right? They got great safety play. And that's the one thing that's going to keep this defense in games. It's the one thing that's going to keep this defense from not getting beat on big plays. Guys, explosive plays will change the outcome of a game. And the Falcons were bad at stopping them last year. So they've got to get better at that. We know they're going to be good at corner. Terrell's absolutely fantastic. Casey Hayward's going to be good, serviceable, good, maybe not great, but they need somebody on the back end. And Richie Grant is the guy that they are counting on to make sure nobody takes the top off the defense. Huge job. If he gets beat early and often, his team's going to be in trouble. Second player on the defense, Michael Walker. Every Dean Pease defense, every single one of them that has been successful, had a stalwart in the middle. Walker's the guy. Going into his 3rd year now, he is a guy that obviously they kept around when they knew they couldn't keep around Foye Oluokun. Well, they thrusted on Michael Walker's shoulders, and he's got to step up and prove it. If he can be a guy that is in the middle, and again, they knew this going in, and clearly why they were so willing to move on from Deion Jones was because they had a certain amount of faith that Michael Walker could handle the job. He's a starting middle linebacker on a Dean Pease defense. That's a big, important role for success. So he needs to have a good year for this defense to be anything that is serviceable. And there's a lot of pressure on him, whether we talk about it or not. But with failing middle linebackers in a Dean Pease scheme, done. That's what it boils down to. And then finally, Arnold Ebiketie. How much, I talked about this yesterday, how much will he be a situational pass rusher? How much is he going to be on rundowns? How much can he set the edge? How often will he be on the field? And how well can he get to the quarterback? Put a lot of stock in this draft pick. Again, I talked about Richie Grant, 2nd round draft pick. Same thing with Arnold Ebiketie, 2nd round draft pick. These guys got to start to hit if the Falcons are going to get out of this rebuild in any size, way, shape, or form in a timely fashion. I'm not saying he's got to be from the jump, in game 1 on Sunday, a guy who, has 3 sacks and shows the world who he is. No. Got to be a consistent player. Got to find a way to get to the quarterback. Give me 6 or 7 sacks this year. Think you'd be pretty happy with it as a rookie. Anything above that, you're starting to talk about defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year type stuff. So can he get to the quarterback? Can he be an every down player? If they have drafted that guy and have found that guy, things start to get a lot better, a lot quicker on the defensive side of the ball. So those are my 5 guys who have to have big years if the Falcons are going to succeed. All right, coming up next, Shovels of Wisdom as well. Major League Baseball pivoting on some rules and some best bets in college and pro coming up this week. That's next right here on A to Z on Locked On Sports Atlanta, free on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. Search Locked On Sports Atlanta. Be right back.